Today we're making something delicious based around the popularity of salted caramel.
And it looks seriously impressive thanks to one little twist, literally. First off, we need to start our bread dough. Classic bread dough is strong white flour, yeast, salt and water. However, this is an enriched one. So replace the water with milk, melted butter and eggs. Plus, we're flavouring this with ground ginger.
Full recipe and ingredients available on Sorted Food.
Always. A seriously enriched brioche dough. Mix and knead it up.
I thought you were going to say sorted. Knead the dough until it's smooth and elastic. You can do this by hand, or if you've got disproportionate muscle distribution like Ben and I, just use a machine. And what I mean by that is small arms, big ass.
There we go, a really soft, rich dough and
ginger.
You can smell the ginger coming through. Into a bowl, under a clean tea towel, left in a warm place to prove for about an hour, and it should puff up and double in size.
And now on to the best bit, the filling.
I'll work on the nuts. We've got almonds, walnuts and pecans. They all need chopping up so it's almost like a fine crumb. Then you get even nut distribution through your bread.
We're using big words for the sake of it.
Distribution or nut. So the filling is a whole tin of caramel, 2 tablespoons of black treacle.
Ben has a great tip for this, that if you use a hot spoon, the treacle comes off the spoon really nice.
And then to play off the ginger we've got in our bread, 2 tablespoons of stem ginger syrup.
Ben, has it been an hour and now our dough has proved?
No, I swapped it for one I did earlier. But what we're going to do is roll it out on a floured surface until it is a long rectangle and fairly thin. Place all of your caramel, treacle and ginger syrup mixture over your bread dough.
Oh wow.
And then spread it out so it's nice and even. Next up for the nuts that I've so carefully chopped.
Make sure you evenly distribute those.
You know how important that is.
You made a big deal out of it.
And now for the bit that really lifts it, the salt to go with our caramel.
Yeah. You're not going to believe this, but I know scientifically why salt and caramel work so well together.
Tell me and them.
It's because when we were hunter-gatherers back in the olden days, we used to use taste to stay alive, obviously. Sweet things, they're high in energy content. Salt's also good because it's a mineral and it helps you with your water balance and stuff like that. So, when you're eating something sweet and salty, you're combining 2 things that your inner caveman, Ben, is going mental over.
My inner caveman?
Yeah.
I'd never realised that cavemen were making salted caramel brioche.
You know, you learn something new every day.
So all I'm doing now is rolling the whole thing up like a big Swiss roll. And now, with a sharp knife, we're going to cut right down the middle. Now this is super sticky and it's still proving and expanding, so you have to work relatively quickly. You ready?
Yeah.
We're going to squidge these 2 together and then we're basically going to lift this up and over this one, and then this one up and over this one, and then that one.
You're
and then that
curling
one.
right round. Do you stick those 2 together?
We're going to go for a horseshoe, but what you should end up with is something like that.
That looks great.
Now transfer the whole thing to a baking tray, and to be honest with you, that's the only reason I've gone in a horseshoe, is because I haven't got a baking tray that long. That whole huge bread twist now goes into an oven at 180 degrees Celsius and needs somewhere between 30 and 40 minutes. The last 10 minutes of that, you might want to cover it with tin foil just to stop too much caramel from burning.
That looks amazing.
A proper monstrosity.
A delicious monstrosity. This bit's mine, yeah?
If you like, yeah. Transfer the whole thing to there.
Dust it.
And dust away. And there we go, a salted caramel sticky nut twist. Sorted.
I forgot to say sorted. I was too busy looking at it. I would say that you've peaked, but we have plenty of other great sweet treats available on Sorted Food. So just type it into Google and find it on all those platforms.
That was a plug, wasn't it?
That was a plug.